Hi, welcome back. I'm Nisha. I hope all are doing good. Today we are going to discuss about how to sort an array. You all know that array is a collection of numbers or collection of characters. So how we can sort that? So sorting means make the values into increasing order or decreasing order, or we can say ascending or descending order in case of numbers. If it is string, in alphabetical order, like our dictionary, A to Z order. So there are many techniques in C++ for solving this sorting method. So today we are going to learn how to do sort in selection method. So let us see. Selection sort. So from the word selection, so we are selecting one value for sort. That is the meaning of selection sort. So what we are selecting? We can go through these important points here. So first we want to declare an array and accept elements into the array. So we are declaring an array and we are inputting all the elements in the array now. Now the logic begins. Find the smallest value in the array and moving into the first position. First we are finding the lowest value. So n number of values are there in the array now. From that array, we are selecting the smallest element from there, smallest one. And we are moving it to the first position of that array. First position means 0th position of that array. See the third point. Shift the value at the first position to the position of the small element. So, but already one value is there in the 0th position now. So that value, we want to shift it to the position of the smallest element. Now the smallest value is there in the first position and the value at the first position is at the position of the smallest element. Understood? Now repeat it for the second lowest value by moving it to the second position. So same like we want to repeat for the second lowest one and we are moving that to the second position. That means index number 1. Again the third lowest one, we are finding the third lowest one and we are moving into the third position. That means index number 2. And so on until the array is sorted. So this is the logic of selection sort. So here we are selecting the lowest one and we are moving to the first position and at the same time the value at the first position to the position of the smallest element. So this process will repeat it until the array is sorted. So this is called selection sort. And see one important point. The process of finding the smallest element and exchanging with the element at the respective position is known as pass. Okay? The process of finding the smallest element and exchanging it with element at the respective position is known as pass. So here find the smallest value in the array and moving it to the first position, that is pass 1. Then same like for the second one, pass 2. Understood? So pass, that process is called pass. So this is called selection sort. So selection sort, we can check one example here. See, the ARR is the array, 10 is the size of the array, and the values, we entered only 5 numbers, so 0 to 4 are the index numbers for the values. And see the values here, 10, 7, 12, 18 and 3. It's not in sorted order, it's not in increasing or decreasing order. So we want to make it into ascending order. Okay, so for ascending in selection sort method, the first point is we want to find out the smallest element, minimum element in that array. Is it? So same like the logic of linear search. You remember that linear search? Yeah. So we are finding from the 0th onwards, we are finding which one is the lowest one. Okay, so the biggest number, the finding the highest number from an array, that is also we already discussed. So I put that link in the description box. If any doubt is there, please go through that link. So here the logic is, first we want to find out the smallest element. So from here onwards we are checking which one is the lowest element. The lowest element is here 3. Is it? Yeah. So we got the element, the smallest element. Now we want to shift this one 3 to the 0th position. Is it? Yeah. Then that 10 to 4th position. So that is pass 1. So first we want to find out the smallest element. So after getting the smallest element, we want to move this to the 0th position, and that value, the what is there in the already there in the 0th position, that we want to shift it to the 4th place. So after the passing, the array will be like this. On the 0th position 3, and the 10, the first value of that 0th position is 10, that we moved it to the 4th place. So we pass the values. So this is pass 1. Now 3 is in sorted order. The smallest value we got it in the first position. Now the next step is what? Again we want to find out the least value, the smallest value from index number 1 onwards. Is it? Yeah, find out. So here 7, 12, 18 and 10. So here 7 is the smallest element. So we don't want to shift it. So the second pass, we are getting the smallest element as 7 itself. So in the second pass, 7. So now 3 and 7 are in sorted order. Is it? Yeah. Now the third number onwards, the third element onwards, we want to find out the smallest one. So here 12, 18 and 10. These are the numbers now. The smallest element is 10. So 10 we want to pass to the second index number, and this 12 we want to pass to fourth index number, that is pass 3. So after pass 3, the array will be like this: 3, 7 and 10. So 10 and 12 we shift it. Is it? Swap it. So now 3, 7 and 10 are in sorted order, but 18 and 12 is in unsorted order. So again the same logic. We are comparing that 18 and 12. So which one is the lowest one? We are finding the lowest one here. So the lowest one is 12. So this 12 we want to pass to the third position, and that 18 we want to pass to the fourth index number. So on pass 4, the array is like this now. So 3, 7, 10 and 12 are in sorted order now. Now 18, we don't want to check 18 with any other numbers. Only one number is there. Is it? So now the array is in sorted. 3, 7, 10, 12 and 13. Understood? If 5 numbers are there in the array, we need 4 passes, because for the last element is already in the sorted one, because we don't want to compare with any other number. So only one number is there. So if one number is there, means it is already in sorted. So this is selection sort. Understood? So now we can check the algorithm for selection sort. So how to solve the selection sort? So algorithm for selection sort. Now step 1 start. Step 2, accept a value in n as the number of elements in the array. So first we want to declare the array with the maximum size, and here we are using n, another variable, for the limit, for the number of elements in that array. Now step 3, accept n elements into that array AR. So AR is the array name, and we are inputting n elements into that array. Now our logic begins. Step 4, repeat step 5 to 9. So we want to repeat step 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 n minus 1 times. N minus 1 times. That means we already check in the example. If 5 elements are there, 4 times we want to repeat it. 4 passes are there. Is it? So if n elements are there, n minus 1 times we want to repeat it. That much pass is there. So now, step 5. Assume the first element in the list as the smallest and store it in min and its position in POS. So first we are assuming the 0th position value is the smallest one and we are storing it in min and its position in POS. So first position is 0. So 0 is in POS and the first value is in min now. Now step 6. Repeat step 7 until the last element of the list. So only that step 7 we want to do until the last element of that array. So what is there in step 7? Yeah, we want to find out the smallest element. So how we can find the smallest element? We want to compare. So how we can compare it? See, compare the next element in the list with the value of min. So in min, the first element is there and we are comparing with the next element onwards, means the second element onwards. Okay, if it is found smaller, if the second element is smaller, store it in min then. We want to store that second element to the min and its position in POS. We want that position of the smallest one also. So we want to store that position of that smallest to POS. Again with the third element, again with the fourth element, fifth element. So until the last element of the list, we want to repeat the same process. So after this, we will get the smallest value in min and that position in POS. Okay, clear? Now, what is in step 8? If the first element in the list and the value in min are not the same means if the first element in the list, the first element, that means the element at the 0th position and the minimum value of that array is not same. Is not same means the first element may be bigger. If it is same means that is the smallest one. So we don't want to pass it. We don't want to shift it anywhere. So that is the checking here. So if the first element in the list and the value in min are not the same, then swap the first element with the element at the POS position. Understood? If the first element and the min are not same, then swap. What we want to swap it? The first element to the smallest position. And the smallest one we want to shift it to the first position. So that is swapping. So that is here in step 8. Then in step 9, revise the list. Again we want to do the same process because we got only one smallest element and that is in the first position. Only one element is sorted now. The second element onwards we want to do it again because that are in unsorted. So revise the list by excluding the first element in the current list. Okay, and now we want to do it with the second element onwards. So assume the second element in the list as the smallest and store it in min and its position in POS. And repeat step 7 until the last element of the list. So compare the next element in the list with the value of min. So in min, the second element is there and third element and the second element we want to compare it. And if it is found smaller, then store it in min and its position in POS. And with fourth and with fifth. So we are comparing with all elements with that min value. If we got that smallest one in the third or fourth position, we want to override the min value and then the position of the POS value. So after this one, we will get the smallest element again, the second smallest one. So we want to check it. The step 8. If the second element in the list and the value in min are not same means the second element is not smaller one. Min is the smaller one there. So swap the element with the second one and the same like with the position one. So where the position, where the second element, we want to move it, yeah, the second smallest value, the position at the second smallest value, we want to move it, is it, to the second element. So again revise the list by excluding the second element. So this process will continue n minus 1 times. Understood? Now the last, we want to print all the elements, then stop. Understood now? This is called selection sort. Now we can check in C++ how to write it in C++ program. Now we can do C++ program for solving this sorting. Okay. So first int main, the program begins here. Now the array and the variables declared. So AR maximum 25 size we put. N, I, J, min and POS are the variables used. Now how many elements, the prompt for the user. Then C in N we are inputting the number of elements we need in an array. Then enter the array elements. So we are going to input the array, the values in array. So we are giving the prompt for the user. Now we want to input it, loop I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus C in AR of I. So now we got the array with elements. And now here the next step onwards our logic begins. Okay. So the first, I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1 times we want to repeat this. From the 0th position onwards we want to repeat the process. How many times? N minus 1 times. Okay. So what is next? Yeah, we want to store the 0th position value. AR of I means first time I is 0. That 0th position value we want to store it in min, and at the same time that position also we are storing in POS variable. Now we are assuming that is the minimum. That is the smallest value in that array. Now the next step is what? We want to find out the smallest one. Okay, so for finding the smallest one, from the second element onwards we want to repeat it. So we need a loop again. Is it? For the second element onwards we want to repeat the process. We want to find out the least one. So we need a loop again. So we are using another loop. See, for J is the index number here. J is equal to I plus 1 onwards. Second element onwards we want to repeat it. So I 0, then J is I plus 1. Then J less than N. Until the last element we want to repeat the process. So that is a loop here. Now what we want to compare it? We want to check that minimum value. Is it? Yeah, we want to compare the second element at the min, the value in min. So how we can compare? See, if AR of J less than min, AR of J less than min means AR of 1 less than min. The value in min is AR of 0th value. So first value is here and the second value. We are comparing. If AR of 1 is lesser, then we want to override the value. Min is equal to AR of J and the POS is equal to J. So that 1 we want to assign it. Then second element, third element, fourth element. We want to repeat this process until the last element. Okay. So after exiting from the loop, we'll get the smallest element in min and the position of that smallest element in POS. Understood? So first time we are assuming that this is the smallest one. That means 0th value. And the value 0 we are assigning to POS. And the second element onwards we are comparing which one is smallest one. If we got the smallest one, then we want to override the value to min. Okay, the value of min is 0th one. If we found 1, the first position number 1 is smaller than this min, we want to override that min value. So min is equal to AR of 1 means the first value, the first index number position value will store it in min and the position will override. POS is 0 first time, so that is overwriting to 1. again with the third, again with the fourth, fifth, like that we want to repeat it. So after this loop, we will get the smallest element in min and that position in POS. So now we want to shift it. Is it? How we can shift it? Just see. If POS not equal to I, POS not equal to I means the position of the smallest number and the I value same means the 0th one is the smallest one. Is it? Yeah. So that time we don't want to do anything. If it is not same, if it is not same means some other value is there in min now. So we want to shift it. So how we can shift? See, AR of POS. So POS means the smallest element's position. So AR of POS is equal to AR of I. AR of I means first time it is 0. So 0th value will move to AR of position. And AR of I, that means AR of 0th position is storing the min value. Understood? So this is swapping. And same like we want to repeat it for the second element onwards because only one element is sorted now, that is in 0th position. We got the smallest element in that position now. Now again we want to repeat second element onwards. So the loop is ending here. See, I plus plus, it is less than n minus 1. So min is equal to AR of 1. So the second element is storing in min. So we are assuming that is the minimum value now. And POS is equal to 1. So 1 is in POS. Now j is equal to I plus 1 means 1 plus 1, 2. So the j is with index number 2. Okay. Now if AR of j means AR of 2 less than min. Min is AR of 1. So we are comparing with the second element and third element. So if the third element is lesser, we are changing the value of min and the position. So this process will continue until the last element of that array. Then after this loop, we are checking the position of the minimum value and the I value. Okay, if it is same means that is the smallest one, so we don't want to swap it. If it is not, just change the value of that position with the current starting number. Understood? So this is the process of selection sort. So after this, we can print all the values of that array. So see out sorted array is I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, see out AR of I. So we will get all the elements of that array. Now the program ends. It is simple now. This is called selection sort. So we are selecting the smallest element and we are exchanging the values. That is selection sort. Okay. Now we can check one example here. Just see. So first time AR is the array name. 10, 7, 12, 18, 3, 34. These are the values in that array. 6 elements are there. Min. Min is the first element. We are storing the first element, 0th element here, 10. And at the same time POS position we are storing. Position is 0. And now we are comparing with min and the first value. Is it min and the first value? So which one is smallest one? 7 is the smallest one. Min is 10 and we are comparing. See, min is equal to AR of I. So 10 we are assigning to min. Position is equal to I. That means 0. Then for j is equal to I plus 1 onwards we are comparing with this min value. Is it? So we are comparing with 10 and I plus 1 is 7. So 10 and 7 we are comparing. So 7 is the smallest one here. So we want to override the value of min now. See, we are overwriting the value. And at the same time we want to store the position also. Is it? What is the position? 1. So we want to set the position. So now position also changed. Now 7 and 12. 7 and 12 means 7 is the smallest one. So we don't want to change the value of min now. Then just we are shifting to the 18th one. So 7 and 18. 7 is the smallest one. so we don't want to do anything. Then again we are moving the loop to the next position. 3 is the number there. So 7 and 3. So which one is the smallest? 3 is the smallest one. So min value changed to 3. So we want to change that to 3 now. And at the same time position also we want to change it. So position also changed. So the elements are over. We checked all the elements and we got the minimum value, that is 3. And the position also is there in POS now. Now the next duty is we want to change it. Is it? So how we can change it? Yeah, that 10 we want to shift it to that 4th place, and that 4th place value we want to shift it to 10 now. Is it? Yeah. This is passing. Okay. Now pass 1 over. Now see the values. 3 moved to there and 10 at the 4th place now. Understood? Yeah. Now the first value is swapped. Now we want to check with index number 1 onwards. Is it? I plus plus. So we are moving here. Now min is equal to AR of I, means min is equal to 7 now. The second element is the min now. And at the same time position is equal to 1. Yeah, position is equal to 1. So again we are starting to find out the lowest value in this elements. So 7 and 12 is comparing, no change. 7 and 18 is comparing, no change. 7 and 10 is comparing, no change. 7 is the smallest one. Now see this, if position not equal to I, the POS is 1, I also 1, is it? Yeah, we are moving on only with the second element. So that means I is 1 now. So it is same, 1 only. So we don't want to swap it. So 7 itself. So in that pass there is no change. 3 and 7. Now two numbers are there with sorted, and 12, 18, 10 are unsorted. So again we want to sort it that. So we want to keep the 12 as the minimum now. So 12 is the minimum and the position as 2. Now we are comparing with 12 and 18. 12 is the smallest one. 12 and 10. Yeah, we got the smallest element. So we want to change that 10 to 12 and the position to 4 now. Now what is the next step? Yeah, we want to shift it. Is it? Yeah, we want to shift it. 12 to the 10th place and 10 to the 12th place. Is it? Yeah, we want to exchange it. So after exchange, after pass, see, we will get the array like this. So 3, 7, 10 are in sorted order, but 18 and 12 are unsorted. So again, we want to keep the minimum as 18 and position as 3. So we are repeating. 18 is the minimum and the position is 3 now. Now we are comparing 18 and 12 because only one value is there, so we want to compare it. So 12 is the minimum one, so we want to change the value of min to 12 and the position to 4. Okay, now we want to shift it. Is it? Yeah, we want to shift it. 3 to the 4th place and 4 to the 3rd place. So after shifting, the array will be like this. Is it? Yeah. So 3, 7, 10, 12 and 18. So now the array is sorted now. Is it? See, n minus 1 times only we want to repeat this process because 18 is the last one. So we don't want, there is no any other elements to compare with 18. So the array is sorted now. Okay, now we can display all the elements of that array. See, 3, 7, 10, 12, 18. So these are the numbers. So this is called selection sort method. Understood? Okay. See, in C++ program itself, another way of writing in selection sort method itself. Okay, same logic only, but by using position we can change it. Let's see this. Beginner, then the variable declaration, AR of 25 size array, then n, I, j, min and temporary variable I used here. There is no position. Okay, POS variable I didn't use, but there I put temporary. Then How many elements you need? See in n, enter the array elements. I is equal to 0 onwards, we are inputting the elements now. Now array is ready now. Now we can start our logic. See, I is equal to 0, I less than n minus 1 time itself. Okay, same logic only. But see the next point. Min is equal to I. Here min I used for the position, not for the element. Okay. So first time we are assuming that 0th position value is the minimum value. So I used min is equal to I. That means min is equal to 0 now. Now for j is equal to I plus 1 onwards we are starting. Second element onwards. Okay. J less than and j plus plus. So inside that one we are checking with if AR of j, that means AR of 1 is less than AR of min. AR of min means AR of 0. If it is less than, change the value of min to j, that means 1 we will get it. Understood? Only with position we can find out the smallest one. Understood? Then j plus plus, now j is 2, then we are comparing with AR of min. Okay, with position number. If the smallest element is on the first position, now AR of 1 we are checking with AR of 2. If it is true, min is 2 now. Then j is plus plus. So again AR of j, AR of 3 with AR of min, min is 2 now. So AR of min. Okay, if it is not lesser, j plus plus min is 2 itself. So by using position number also, we can check the smallest element. Then after this loop, we got the smallest element's position now. Okay, that position is there in min now. Now we can swap it. So just see the swapping method. If min is not equal to I, min is not equal to I means, if min is 0 itself means we don't want to swap it. If it is not 0th position, then we want to swap the values. How we can swap it? See, that's why I used a temporary variable here. In temporary variable, we can copy that AR of min value. The smallest element is there in the min position. So AR of min means that smallest element. That is moving to the temporary variable now. Then in that position, AR of min position, we can copy AR of I value. That means 0th value. So we are shifting here. Then in AR of I, the value already we copied in the temporary, that we can copy to AR of I now. So this is the way of swapping. Understood? Now again we can revise the steps. Min is equal to 1 now, then for loop starts from 2 onwards, second elements onwards. Is it? Yeah. J is equal to 2, j less than n, j plus plus. So in between that, if AR of j means AR of 2 is less than AR of 1. So again we are comparing with this and we want to find out the minimum value. So that means the position of that minimum smallest element, and after that, after exiting the loop, we want to check that min is equal to I or not. If it is not, swap it. Otherwise keep it there itself and move to the next location. So this way also we can write in the selection sort method. Understood? Now see the example. Now we can print all the elements. Now it's already sorted. Now we can print all the elements. Okay. Program is ending now. Now see the example here. This is the array AR 10, 7, 12, 18, 3. These are the values. Now min is 0 now. Okay. Min is 0. See, min is I. That means min is 0. Now we are comparing. See, j is equal to I plus 1. So j is focusing here. 7. J is equal to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus. Inside that, if AR of j means AR of 7, AR of 7 is less than AR of min. AR of min means AR of min, AR of 0. Is it less than these two? Okay, AR of j is 7, AR of min is 10. So if it is lesser, yeah, it is lesser. Is it? AR of j is lesser. Now change the min value to j. So j is 1 now. So we are changing the value to 1. Now again j plus plus. So j is incrementing. Now AR of j is 12 and AR of min is 7. So 7 and 12 we are checking. 7 is the smallest one. So we don't want to change it. Now we are moving to J++. J++ means J is on 18th position now. So AR of min and AR of 18 is checking. AR of min is on 7 and AR of 18. AR of 3, that is 18. So 7 is smallest one. Now J++ again. So J is 4 now. So AR of 1, is it less than AR of 4? Yeah, it is. 7 and 3 we are comparing. So 3 is the smallest one. So we can change the min position now. So min position changed to 4 now. Understood? Yeah. Now min changed. Now array is over. Now next is what? We want to check the min value and the I value. I value is at the 0th position. I value 0th position. Min is now 4. It is not equal. So we want to swap it. How we can swap it? Yeah. 3 we want to move to 0th position and the 10 we want to move to the 4th position. So now swapped. So that's why we used temporary variable here. Understood? So now pass 1 is over. Now again I++. So I is on to 1. I is 1 now. Okay. So now min changed to 1. Min is I. 1. Now AR of 1, that is 7. AR of 1 we are comparing with AR of j is equal to I plus 1. AR of j, that is with 12. 7 and 12 we are comparing. 7 is the smallest one. So no change. Then 7 and 18 we are checking. No change. 7 and 10 we are checking. No change. So if min is not equal to I, then only we want to swap it. So min is equal to I. So the array is in the same style itself. 7. It's there itself. It's not moving anywhere. Now I++. Min is equal to I. Min is equal to I means min is equal to 2 now. Okay. Min is equal to 2. Now AR of min and AR of 2 plus 1. That means 3. So 12 and 18 we are comparing. 12 is the smallest one, no change. Then J++. So 2, AR of 2 and AR of 4. AR of 2 and AR of 4. Now AR of 4 is smallest one. So we want to exchange the values. So we want to change it. Now min is 4 now. Now we are changing. See? Now next pass we got the element as 3, 7, 10, 18 and 12. Understood? Now again I++. So I++ means min is changed. Min is changed to 3. Now 3, AR of 3 and AR of 3 plus 1. That means j is equal to I plus 1. So 4. 18 and 4 we are comparing. So it is lesser. So we want to change the mean value. So min is changed to 4 now. J++ over now. Is it? But we want to exchange it. Yeah, it's over now. Now min is not equal to I. Min is 3. First time I is 3. Then min is 4 now. We want it's not equal. So we want to swap it. So just see 12 and 18 we are exchanging. Okay. Now I++. So I++ means it's in the 18th position. Now array is over because no elements are there. N minus 1 times only we want to change it. Is it? Yeah, we want to pass it. So array is over. The shifting is over. The array is in sorted order now. 3, 7, 10, 12 and 18. See, array is in sorted style now. Now we can display the sorted array is, see, 3, 7, 10, 12 and 18. Got it? Yeah. So two methods are there. By using the value also we can check it. By using the position also we can check it. But both the logic is same for the selection sort. Understood? I hope you all understood the concept of selection sort. So that is the simplest sorting method. So in the next video, I will show you another method of sorting. Okay. So till then, take care. Bye. Thank you all.